Good afternoon and good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and coffee stream number 196. We are getting closer and closer to that 200. I hope everyone's having a good day and that the rest of their Monday was fine. Remember, it's only an hour, so you've got me from now until 1 o'clock. This should be broadcasting. Yep, it's live. Okay, that's good. Sorry, it was taking forever to load on my watch page, so I was a little confused. So I hope, as I said, that everyone had a good day yesterday and is having a great morning this morning. So let's see who's joining us today. We have in chat a Skeptalk. What am I going to do for 200? I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to decide if I should have another call-in show, or if I should do a full stream of a face cam, or if I should do both, or if because it'll fall on a Monday. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do for the 200th. I've also got Alex to think about. So, hello, Calvic AD. Good to have you here. Let's see. So I've got a good amount of news for us today. But before we do the news, I just had a quick rant because I heard a phrase this morning in Monkey in the Morning, which we hear very, very often these days. And the phrase was, this person identifies as, and Monkey and Polly and them were talking about a journalist who identified as Puerto Rican. Apparently he was like a professor, like a black professor, who said something about how poor white people make him happy. And he apparently identifies as Puerto Rican. And it got me thinking. And the more I thought about it, the more I came to the conclusion that when people say they identify as something, it generally means that they wish they were the thing that they, quote, identified as. You know, you've got someone who may have, let's take an example of say my sister, who has Jamaican and Irish and Scottish and like all sorts of different things in her. And if she decided to say that I identify only as Jamaican, that would imply that she is shunning all the rest of her heritage. And that she wishes she was only that one thing. Now, that's not a thing that's happening, but that's just the example that I could provide off the top of my head. Zombie Teddy says, I identify as an undead plushie. I like that. Hello, Uzi. Good morning. Yes, hello, Seamus. Let's see. So I put something out to the effect on Twitter that says hashtag food for thought. Anyone who says they are, quote, identifying as something it really translates into saying I, quote, I wish I was, or I want to be, and it is not a definitive I am statement. And there's a difference, right, between your identity as a person, as your personality, and your physical traits, right? You can't you don't usually say that you identify as a physical trait. Like people who say, I identify as a race of or I identify as a specific um sexual orientation. That's if you follow the logic of as I do, as you're born with your orientation, whether it be straight, gay, or bisexual, you can't identify with as something that you are born with. That's just a part of you. What you identify as or with are things you do as a hobby, things you find out later in life that you enjoy. Like, I identify as a gamer, for example, because I enjoy playing games. I identify as a writer because I enjoy writing. I identify as someone who enjoys languages because I do. I do not identify as a blind person because that is something that I am. I do not identify as a white person because that is something that I am. It is not something that I identify as. It is something that I am. You do not identify with a physical or as a physical characteristic. That is not the meaning of the word. I identify as what's convenient for me, says Calvic AD. Exactly. That is basically what is going on, I really appreciated that tweet from you, BP, says Uzi Q. Oh, thanks. Al Hamilton, first treasurer of the U.S., was part Jamaican. Oh, cool. I wonder if he identified only as Jamaican. Keep the white man down. So that's my pre-news rant about identity and identification. Because it really bothers me. Because I have seen people that say that they identify as disabled. And it's like, dude, the minute you say something like that means it puts the connotation in reasonable people's heads anyway, that you're not disabled, you just wish you were, right? Like if I said the sentence, I identify as blind, would you think to yourself, oh, that person is blind? Or would you think to yourself, that's a strange phrase. I wonder why they said it that way. Do they want to be blind? Do they have some vision left, but they just don't like that and they just want to be blind, so they say they identify? Like, do you know what I mean? It just puts this weird speculation in your head. It doesn't answer the question at all. Let's see. Martin, hi. Let's see. I don't identify as a gamer. I love playing video games, but I suck at playing video games. This is Zombie Teddy. And know nothing about video games. Ah. Yeah. I identify as a cannibal. That's funny. All right. Hello, Will. Let's see. So, on that note, I've got, I think, 6 stories for us to get through in the span of an hour. I think we can do it. Unless one of them makes me rant for half the stream, like the Mandarin story did yesterday. That was kind of crazy. I was just ranting and ranting about the Mandarin restaurant, and I look at the time and I'm like, oh, fuck, that's half the stream gone. I should move on. So let's hope that doesn't happen again. Let's see here. So I collected a few stories from Discord, from Gunfox, and then Pink Hollow sent me a story as well that we will read. Will I do more Mortal Kombat videos? Hell yes. Yes, I will, Martin. I just have to figure out a time. Now that I've got Alex with me, I do not play Mortal Kombat when he's home or awake. Well, I play when he's asleep, but if he's awake and home, I don't play, just in case he happens to wander down. I'm not one of those, oh, gotta coddle my kid people. But, I don't think that my 4-year-old needs to be watching Mortal Kombat, or 5-year-old. Jesus Christ, I keep calling him a 4-year-old. I don't think the 5-year-old needs to be watching Mortal Kombat. He does watch me play Soul Calibur sometimes because it's not as there's no blood, there's no, you can't see bones breaking, stuff like that. But I will not play Mortal Kombat if there's a risk of him coming in more. Sorry, I just don't want the risk of him wandering in and seeing it, because he's at that age, right? That impressional age. Hi, Cybertest. Skeptog says, did you realize that Mortal Kombat rhymes with Portal Wombat? Is that important? I don't think so. Are you still taking your pills there, Skep? Oh, God. What's this? Oh, here's an opinion piece here from Fox News. This one was sent to me by Mr. Gunfox via the Discord. It's about Antifa. So let's find the actual headline so that we can read this here. So this is an opinion piece by Todd Starnes. Portland's mayor has turned his city over to Antifa thugs. Yeah, I'd agree with that statement. All right. Here we go.
GOP strategist Jen Kearns and Democratic strategist Antoine Searight weigh in on whether or not Antifa should be considered a terrorist organization.
Of course they should be considered a terrorist organization. They're committing acts of terror. Why is that not a thing? Why is this a thing that people are hemming and hawing over? The Portland mayor is an Antifa thug, says Skeptalk. Yeah.
An elderly man was brutally beaten by Link, Antifa T. Link, hugs.
The way that link was split up, it says Antifa T hugs. Antifa T hugs. Oh, God. Oh, voiceover. Oh, website coder. Oh, both of you.
Wielding baseball bats in downtown Portland. Or, over the weekend, another man, a good Samaritan who came to his defense, was cracked in the skull with a crowbar.
Jesus Christ. So they beat an elderly man with bats. And a good Samaritan tried to save him and got his head cracked with a crowbar. Wow. And people are wondering whether these people are terrorists? Are you
Not too far away from that altercation, journalist Link, Andy No, was set upon by another gang of leftist savages. He was punched in the face and pummeled by violent kicks. Others in the crowd sprayed a defenseless journalist with milkshakes laced with quick-drying cement and caustic chemicals.
Yep, Pink Hollow and I were keeping a very, kind of loose eye on Twitter, and Pincolo had mentioned that had happened when we were at the cottage. It's freaking ridiculous. Like, and my dad said, he's like, "Oh, there was no battery acid yet," and we're like, "No," and he goes, "That's next," and we were just like, "Yep." And he goes, "When that idiot said that, I thought that she should be arrested for inciting violence," and we're like, it's fun to talk to my father about these things, because he's like the only one in my family whose head isn't all the way up his ass. Like, sometimes he says things, and it's hard to tell whether he's trolling or whether he means it, because my father is a real life troll. He doesn't have a Twitter account. He just actually says things to people to piss them off. So that's what he does. He's he's just that kind of guy. He just says shit in real life to your face to get a rise out of you. All right.
It was complete anarchy and lawlessness, No told me during an link interview on the Todd Starnes radio show. Link. You can watch videos of all the
no, we're not going to watch videos of all the altercations.
But be warned, you'd best have a strong stomach. Link. I write about these kinds of attacks in my upcoming book, Culture Jihad, How to Stop the Left from Killing a Nation. Click here to pre-order.
Oh, look, a book plug.
No, an editor and photojournalist for the online website Quillette was attacked in front of the Oregon Justice Center, which houses the sheriff's office and a police precinct.
How very ironic.
And yet, No said there were no law enforcement officers anywhere near the attack, leading many to speculate that police officers had been given an order to stand down and not stop the Antifa thugs.
Well, that happened in Berkeley, didn't it? I think that was Berkeley. Pretty sure that was Berkeley that happened, where the police had been told, stand down, don't do anything.
Mayor Ted Wheeler's office will not comment on the accusations, but Ngo's attorney said there is no doubt in her mind that such an order was given. The mayor is a weak coward for what he did here, Harmid Heelan. Link said on my radio show, calling the attack on her client a shocking civil rights violation.
It was a shocking civil rights violation. And even more interesting because of his ethnicity. Like, these people are eating themselves. At first it started out as only white people are terrible, and now it's anyone who doesn't agree with you. Happened when I was in Charlottesville, says Calvic. Okay. Yes, Charlottesville's another example.
The outcome here is a direct result of a command and control structure that tells the police to not do their job so that people can run wild in the streets of Portland, she said, allowing these thugs to conspire to prevent a journalist from doing his job and to injure him and to try to scare others is a civil rights violation.
Absolutely it is.
Senator Ted Cruz, our Texas, is blaming Mayor Wheeler for giving Antifa a free pass to terrorize the citizens of Portland.
As he should be. He's absolutely right in doing that, and I never thought I would say that. Because I'm not a fan of Ted Cruz. Like, I'm not. Like, a lot of the older Republican people, a lot of the older Republican senators, I don't agree with them on a lot of things. Right? I agree with marijuana. I agree with same-sex marriage. I agree with allowing gay people to adopt children and, go through in vitro and all this stuff. I believe in I have a hard time with coming down on my stance on capital punishment, though, because I have, I whenever I read a story and I say kill the fucker, I don't actually, to be honest, fully open and honest, I do not honestly know quite where I come down on capital punishment, because part of me doesn't think that we should pay for unrehabilitated or unfixable people. However, I also think that death is too easy. Do you know what I mean? I think that death can be an escape. Um, so it's a very delicate balance here. But anyway, that's a tangent to say I'm not a huge fan of Ted, but I agree with him here. He's absolutely right to speak out against the Portland mayor.
To federal law enforcement, investigate and bring legal action against a mayor who has, for political reasons, ordered his police officers to let citizens be attacked by domestic terrorists, Cruz tweeted.
Yep.
Last October, a 74-year-old motorist was assaulted after he was caught up in an Antifa mob action. During the protest, police officers were ordered to stand down.
Wow. How can you, as a police officer, follow that order? How can you follow an order that goes against your training? Ninja, you're not invited onto the stream. You don't have a channel. I don't have a link for you. Hush. Anyway. Let's see here. Kill all multiple felon convicts. The world would be a better place. See, I think I can get behind that. Like, if you're a multi offender, you are clearly unrehabilitated, unfixable. I'm not even going to try and make up a word. If you are not fixable, you're a multiple offender, like a felonious offender. Then yeah. Let's see here. Easy, funny the money. Follow the money, BP. That's why they won't do anything. Yep.
I was appalled by what I saw in the video, but I support the Portland Police Bureau's decision not to intervene, the mayor said in remarks reported by the Washington Times.
Oh, I was appalled by what I saw in the video, but I support the police sitting on their asses and doing nothing. That's just brilliant.
Mayor Wheeler also condemned federal immigration policies and vowed to stop police from assisting ICE agents.
Wow. Okay.
I want to be very clear, I do not want the Portland police to be engaged in or sucked into a conflict, the mayor tweeted last June.
Okay, but if people in the city of Portland are breaking the law, then the police have no choice but to do something about it. Blind Zombie Teddy says blind press. Oh, sorry, chat jumped. Let's see. At blind press, in some cities, if you disobey an order, you will get fired and lose your pension. I would rather, and now this may be an idealistic thing to say, but if I wanted to be a police officer, chances are I'm going to assume that I wanted to do it for good reasons and not for a power trip. I would take that hit and go into private security. I didn't know 60s cat. Wait. I didn't know 60s cat was visiting you, BP. Let's see. Pincalo says she is a POC who, in an article in 2017, stated she was always afraid of police and was brought in by the Portland mayor to clean up the quote corruption in the police. Oh, God. A lot of that is sorry. A lot of this is on that police chief. You should see what she looks like. And on that, here's a link to the article. Oh, yeah. Pinkala is going to put the link in chat.
So it's not that much of a stretch to wonder if the mayor gave police officers orders to stand down during last weekend's protest marches. Gillen called for the federal government to intervene, comparing the crisis in Portland to the Ku Klux Klan's reign of terror in the Deep South. You were currently on a text element.
Not a far off comparison, unfortunately. And it's kind of insane how these people don't see what they're doing, and that the fact that they are acting exactly like the people who gave them legitimate problems and caused legitimate civil rights violations back in the day. These people are acting no differently. And the fact that they can't see that, and that they basically refuse to see that, is it's terrifying, if not bordering on one of the largest examples of collective mental illness that could be documented. Like, could you imagine future psychologists, psychiatrists, and sociologists looking back on this time period? Like, a lot of the Western world is suffering from some sort of collective borderline personality disorder. And it's really strange to watch. It's like, if you know even the barest amount about psychology, you can take a look at what's going on here in the developed nations and just like psychoanalyze society. And it's really strange to see this mass in this, what's the word I'm looking for, manifestation of borderline personality disorder and narcissism. It's really strange. Let's see what else is what's chat saying here. Hello, Green Thunder. I'm not done.
This gang is the new version of the KKK, using masks to terrorize citizens going about their business, she said, left double quotation mark. The outrage among conservatives has been overwhelming. Columnist Michelle Malkin launched a GoFundMe campaign to help cover the medical costs of No. Even Ambassador Richard Grenell denounced the savage attacks.
Well, everyone should be denouncing them. Wait.
So it's not that much of a stretch to wonder. Didn't. I want to be very clear. I do not want the app. So
I haven't missed any paragraphs, honey.
This was a premeditated attack on someone because intolerant radicals don't like that Andy happens to be gay, Asian, and conservative, the ambassador wrote on Twitter. They targeted him publicly before their protest. Mayor. Your link. At Ted Wheeler. Knew this was coming. The people of Oregon must speak up today. Your link. Click here to get the Fox News right now. Law-abiding Oregonians link right now. Law-abiding Oregonians should be warned that there's anarchy in the streets of Portland. It is not safe for you or your families to visit that city or the business in that city. You are currently on it.
Well, I'm pretty sure Oregonians know that. I've read this whole story through, honey. You came in about 2 paragraphs ago, I think. There it is. Ow, that cannot be good for your teeth. Holding a metal one-hitter between them, just no. Okay, so that's that story. That's an opinion piece by a Fox News contributor called Todd Starnes, and I guess he has a radio show. I think I've heard of it, but I haven't listened to it before. Honey, I've read all of the story. I'm telling you. Here, I'll even go back and look. I am telling you, I read this whole story. Yeah. Here, look. This is the paragraph I think I missed.
The outcome here is a direct result of a command and control structure that tells the police to not do their job so that people can run wild in the streets of Portland, she said. Allowing these thugs to conspire to prevent a journalist from doing his job and to injure him and to try to scare others is a civil rights violation. You were
See?
Senator Ted Cruz.
I read this whole story. What are you talking about? What paragraph did I miss? Let's see. Hey, it's an irate prostate. In chat, I missed the paragraph before she's a POC. Oh, he says, I was trying to explain this to Ranting Monkey. One of the big reasons for the Portland police standing down is the police chief. She is the youngest police chief. She was appointed in 2017. Okay. Sorry, honey. You see, the way you made it sound like was that I missed a paragraph in the story. Sorry, sweetheart. I misunderstood you. I misunderstood you. Star, head hits steering wheel star. I'm so jealous, says Zombie Teddy. Wish I could have a one-hitter where I worked. Well, you can't really do that while you're working here still. It's obviously it would be like drinking on the job here, right? But all right. Next story. Apologies, please. Okay. So, China's terrifying military exposed as Beijing to buy Putin's jets. Oh, Turkey and China want to buy Russian aircraft. Sounds awesome. Portland Chief of Police. Yeah. Let's see. She's a diversity hire, says Irate. Yep. Hello there, Rolling Bear. Where is that stupid... Stop telling me you're busy. I just want to read the damn story. Good Lord. Finally, thank you. Oh, look, it's busy again. Jesus Christ. Oh, now it's reloading. Oh, great. Why do I have a feeling there's a video here? Not surprised, says Seamus. They've been flying Russian jets since the 50s. Okay, I'm not reading this headline because it won't let me. Okay. No, I'm not going to recommend it on Facebook. I just want to read it. Oh, yeah, there's a video. That's why. There's a video trying to play. Here, let's pause that. Please, and thank you. There. That's better. Hopefully it will move faster now. Or this may just be a video. Oh, nope, there's the text. Okay, haha. I knew we would find it. Okay. So official China Central Television. Okay. Let's see here.
On Sunday, however, Chinese Air a Swift official. The aircraft is an upgraded version of the Sukhoi Su Link, Hong Link, South China Sea heading level 3, Link, Hong Kong protests, shock details.
Sorry.
The aircraft is an upgraded version of the Sukhoi Su-27 and Beijing already bought 2 dozen for some $2.5 billion, £1 British pound .9 billion.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Official China Central Television column Wei Hiding issued a report of its own Saturday suggesting that a second batch could help to further modernize the Chinese Air Force's aging fleet.
So another batch of aircraft. So they've already bought some for $2.5 billion, but they're talking about buying another set or another bunch. Irate says China and Russia had a falling out during Vietnam, 10%. And China had to reverse 50%. Engineer the which? Oh, they're They're MiG 20 or they're MiG negative 20. They're MiG negative 21s. Okay. I had to go back word by word and figure out what it was saying.
A swift enters. On Sunday, however, Chinese air defense expert Fu Haiyan told Chinese Communist Party tabloid The Global Times that there would likely be another reason for the purchase. 50% loaded.
Wait, what?
50%.
Oh, damn, $1.26 a liter. Fucking Trudeau, says Pincalo. Let's see.
50%.
What is... It's much easier for my screen reader, yes. No more links, yeah.
On Sunday, however, Chinese air defense expert Fu Haiyan told Chinese Communist Party tabloid The Global Times that there would likely be another reason for the purchase. 50.
Okay.
Fu argued that, rather than simply bringing China's aerial capabilities up to date, such an acquisition would secure more spare parts and dedicated personnel involved in the Su-35 program. 50.
I guess.
50% loaded. 50%.
Stop it.
Fu argued that, rather than promote Link, is it time to stop using Safari busy?
God damn you.
Busy.
Gunfox, I love you, but sometimes the sites you send me to are ridiculous. But I think this is... Yeah, I cannot read this one. So my screen reader does not like it. Fuck turkey, hashtag parking lot. The 5th generation SU negative 27s are not stealth. Huh. Hello, Johnny. All right, what's this next story? Will it read? Will it read properly? I hope so, because it's a story that we should all read or hear about. Contaminated blood inquiry. Scott's victims to give evidence. This was published 3 hours ago. It is a BBC story. Let's read here.
The stories of Scots who contracted HIV and hepatitis from contaminated blood products will be heard as an inquiry into the scandal moves to Edinburgh. Your victims and their families will give evidence during the 2 weeks the UK-wide inquiry is in Scotland.
I actually was friends with somebody in real life who was given, there was a big scandal in Ontario in the late 80s with bad blood, batched blood transfusions where people were getting HIV and hepatitis. And this girl was a little girl, like a toddler, had leukemia, was given a blood transfusion, and was given hepatitis C with the infusion. Or with the transfusion. So
an estimated 3,000 people were infected with tainted blood products in Scotland in the 1970s and 80s.
Wow.
An earlier public inquiry into contaminated blood products in Scotland was labelled a whitewash by victims.
Well, at least they're doing it again. Like, at least they listened to the victims and they're doing it again.
Link. The Penrose Inquiry. Published in 2015, took 6 years and cost more than 12 million British pounds, though its powers in terms of reference were limited.
Wow. So that was called the Penrose Inquiry. For those who didn't hear the link properly.
Many of the NHS patients who were infected were hemophiliacs, while others included those who needed blood transfusions.
Yeah, hemophiliacs. It was the same thing here. Hemophiliacs, people who needed blood transfusions, stuff like that.
List of items. Booklet, end of layer, image caption, image cap, end of, 5. Link. Who received a transfusion of contaminated blood in 1988. Will give evidence at the inquiry on Wednesday. She told BBC Scotland she had great hopes for the new inquiry and described its chairman Sir Brian Langstaff as extremely committed. You are correct, she said. I think that because he's listening to evidence from so many victims, a true picture will be built of what people have suffered and what their losses have been.
Yeah, because it's awful. Like, obviously, if you get something like hepatitis C or HIV, that stuff's with you for the rest of your life. You are now going to be a patient forever. Until you die, you are ill. And for a doctor to make you that way, or a nurse who's supposed to be responsible for taking care of you and healing you, is just terrible. It's just a horrible way to live and to know that happened to you.
If you listen to those people who have already given evidence, it is absolutely heartbreaking. Heading Level 2, support needed. Dan Farthing, of Haemophilia Scotland, said they were determined not to repeat the failure of the Scottish public inquiry. It did not have the power to compel witnesses outside Scotland to attend, and it made only a single recommendation, that anyone who had a blood transfusion in Scotland before 1991 should be tested for hepatitis C.
That's it? Wow.
Haemophilia Scotland is optimistic that Sir Brian Langstaff will keep the victims and their families at its heart. Mr. Farthing said, for the inquiry to succeed, it must answer the questions posed to it by our community. The inquiry recommendations, when they come, must show that lessons have been learned and make sure that all those damaged by the disaster have the financial and emotional support they need.
Yeah. Because there is ongoing treatment for that stuff. There is, there are no just one-time courses of treatment for hepatitis and HIV. You are going to need treatment for the rest of your life. And when those diseases go into their active stages, you will need vigorous treatment. And even in a socialized healthcare system, that's going to cost money. So, and then if you're on any sort of assistance, like disability assistance, if you win any settlements, they can actually revoke your disability because you actually won a settlement, and they'll say, oh, well, you have money now, even though that money is going to be taken up by your treatment. There are some disability pensions that will say, oh, no, you've won a settlement, you have money now, you are now kicked off of your disability pension. So yeah, that's a thing that happens too. So yeah.
Heading level 2. Why were people infected? Image caption, clotting agent factor 8 was given to hemophilia patients. End of image. People with hemophilia and other bleeding disorders were given blood infected with HIV and hepatitis viruses during the 1970s and 1980s. It was the result of a new treatment, a clotting agent called factor 8.
Okay.
People who had blood transfusions after an operation or childbirth are also thought to have been exposed.
Oh, that's terrifying.
The UK was struggling to keep up with demand for the factor 8 blood clotting treatment, so supplies began to be imported from the US, where much of the blood plasma came from donors such as prison inmates and drug users who sold their blood. These groups were at high risk of bloodborne viruses, but at the time HIV had not been diagnosed, and understanding about hepatitis was still developing. By the mid-1980s, once it was clear HIV was bloodborne, the product started to be heat-treated to kill the viruses, but questions remain about how much was known before this time. Some of the contaminated blood products remained in circulation and continued to be used, and screening of all blood products began in 1991.
Oh, wow, that's a big gap.
By the late 1990s, synthetic treatments for hemophilia became available, removing the risk of infection. Image caption hemophilia end of image. The latest public inquiry has been described as the biggest in UK history. It started in London in September last year and has already held sessions in Leeds and Belfast. It aims to establish why patients were given blood products infected with HIV and hepatitis C, and whether there was a cover-up.
Oh, to be sure, there was a cover-up. Absolutely, there was a cover-up. Once they figured out what was happening, there had to have been a cover-up, or there would have been mass panic. How nice, blood from drug addicts. Yeah, I know, right? Right, Goatman? That's just wonderful. Just a wonderful image. First, Discord went down for a while. Now Twitter. Will YouTube be next? Oh, maybe.
The Department of Health estimates that 30,000 people across the UK were affected. The Scottish hearings will be held at the Edinburgh International Conference Centre. Presentational grade heading heading level 2. Analysis.
Holy crap, this story is... you know what, guys? I think I'm going to end the story and move on, because we've only got like 10 minutes left. Yeah, we're at 48 minutes, and so let's move on. If anyone wants to look that story up, it's in the News for the Coffee Stream Discord channel in the Blind Press's Nerd Sanctuary Discord server. I knew there was a word I was missing. Let's read Pincalo's stories before we head out. I think there's one he sent me. Uh-oh, a WSJ. Am I going to hit a freaking paywall? It's July. Let's see. So they may think it's a fresh month. So it's actually, there's one that's not the WSJ. So let's read that one first. Let's read that one first. Facebook gives all clear after sarin scare. What? So Facebook gives all clear after sarin scare at mail facility in Menlo Park. So let's read that. This is from yesterday.
New pictures from the Menlo Park Fire Department show the overnight work to remove a potentially hazardous package from a Facebook mail facility. Menlo Park, Calif. A suspected hazardous package scare at a Facebook mail processing facility in Menlo Park is over after 14 hours.
14 hours. Wow. That's a good long time. Link to Discord. Hold on. And I will have the thing with my Discord is I need to assign roles to everybody. So when you get in there, it's going to look like you can't see anything. But I will assign roles to people. Where's that invite thing? There it is. Now, when I post the link in my chat, I make sure that it's not this link is going to expire. So if you're watching like the replay and you see the Discord link fly by in chat, it is not going to work. This is just for the live viewers here at this moment. That's just for just safety and make sure that we know who's coming in and who's not. So there we go, CyberTaz. There you guys go. Will I assign genders too? No, I don't do that shit. No gender assignment.
Facebook released a statement on Tuesday morning saying test results on a suspicious package came back negative for sarin and other hazardous materials and no one was hurt.
Oh, well, that's good.
FBI officials were at the scene after a chemical scare forced employees to be evacuated Monday morning. Officials with the Menlo Park Fire Protection District responded to the Facebook complex on Hamilton Avenue following reports of 2 employees being possibly exposed to the nerve agent sarin. You are currently on a text.
But why would they think that? Like, what gave them that idea in the first place?
During a routine check, one of the company's mail processing machines detected the presence of sarin on a package that had arrived around 11 a.m., although an open-air test later came back negative.
So the machine misread something.
4 buildings were initially evacuated as a precaution, but just one remained closed into the evening hours as crews conducted their investigation. New pictures from the Menlo Park Fire Department show the overnight work to remove the potentially hazardous package. No one was hurt in the incident or exposed to hazardous chemicals, authorities say. You are currently...
So yeah, the machine fucked up. Well done, machine. Very good.
According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, sarin is a chemical warfare agent that is clear, colorless, odorless, and tasteless. It can exposure to large. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, sarin is a chemical warfare agent that is clear, colorless, odorless, and tasteless. It can evaporate into the environment, prompting symptoms within seconds. Exposure to large doses may result in paralysis and respiratory failure. You are currently...
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Sarin was used in 2 terror attacks in Japan in 1994 and 1995, the latter of which killed 13 people when the gas was released in the Tokyo subway system.
Yeah.
The safety of our employees is our top priority and we will share additional information when it is available, said Facebook spokesperson Anthony Hyerson. You are currently on host, link, host, D3.
And I believe that is the end of that article. So, somebody thought there was a bad, evil package, and there was not a bad, evil package. Well, the machine thought there was a bad, evil package, and there was not. So, let's see. We've got 6 minutes left, guys. I claim chopper gender. I identify as a billionaire, says Uzi Q. It doesn't mean I have any money. Well done. I'm in, thanks, says Cybertaz. No worries. I will assign roles to people when I finish up the stream here. So, we've got 4 minutes left here. So, what say you guys to we just do a little bit of chat time here. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out what I'd like to do for the 200th stream for you guys. I just want to make it a good stream. Lots of fun, lots of appreciation for you guys watching. And like actually, wanting me to get up to this amount of coffee streams. So I'm just trying to figure out, the best way to bring that to you guys. Oh, don't forget, tomorrow is Wednesdays with Skep. Skep Talk always joins me on Wednesdays for lots of good time, news, and conversation. So that'll be tomorrow at 12 Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. And of course, it goes for an hour. News about coffee. And we've got Thursday. I should be doing the 11:30 stream. And then Friday, I'm still looking for my guest, but maybe I should check my Discord messages to see if I got an answer, and then I can tell you. Wouldn't that be helpful? At least I think that would be helpful. Sweet. Okay. Friday's guest is Irate Prostate. There, that was easy. So Friday's guest is Irate Prostate, and that's, of course, from 12 p.m. until 1 p.m. Eastern. And Saturday, we'll be back with Star Trek. So that will be fun at 2 p.m. Eastern. Wouldn't it have been cool if the 200th coffee stream fell on BP's birthday? I was actually hoping it would. I had to do the calendar thing. I was looking at the calendar and I was like, "Oh, it's like 3 weeks out. That sucks." I was hoping to do that. That would have been really fun. I would have loved to have had the 200 coffee stream on my birthday. That would have been super fun. But we'll just have to do 2 celebrations. And then in September, it'll be a year of coffee. So we'll be doing a celebration for that too. We'll be doing on the 10th of September, it will have been a year that I've been doing this. So of course we have to celebrate that. And my birthday's gonna fall on the Saturday this year. So I'm trying to figure out when I can do my birthday stream, because I don't want to step on anyone else. So, and I also want to just have some RL time too. Nope. My birthday is near the end of literally near the end of July. It'll be the last weekend of July. It'll fall on the Saturday there. No, it's the mine's the 27th. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm on that last weekend. That very, very last weekend. Nope. Nope, not the 11th. In that case, we don't share a birth week. Ah. No, I was actually supposed to be born on my dad's birthday a week earlier, but I was late because I'm just stubborn, apparently. But well, guys, on that wonderful note, I'm gonna go play with Alex some more because he's been a phenomenally good boy upstairs, and he didn't want to come down and play his video game. Blasphemy! Doesn't want to play his video game. Anyway, I will. Now you can never say I was born ready. Yeah, I gotta go play with Mr. Alex because it's his summer vacation. So on that note, you guys, I will end the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great afternoon and evening. Enjoy yourselves out there in the summer weather. Have a great day. We'll see everyone back here at noon tomorrow, and I'll be joined by Skep Talk. So I hope everyone comes back tomorrow, and I hope you guys enjoyed today. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Have a great one.